we all have kind of a goal. So when we go into this, we have a goal. We know what we're trying to strive for, and that we just kind of work together. And whenever you struggle, you post in the group, and you just kind of bounce ideas off of each other. And I know it's a good time to move your business, like propel your business and propel your rank. And that's what Chanel and I want for you, is to take you to that next level, whatever it is. If that's just hitting Success Club for your first time, I want to make sure that you hit it. If it's to advance to Emerald status, or even, get a little sparkle on with your diamond, I want to help you reach that. Even if you're not on my team, I don't care. It's all about helping others move forward. That should be my motto, move forward. But because it's just helping one another live a healthier and more fulfilling lifestyle. And if that's with clean eating challenge groups, is that with your business, we just want to help you. So we have 2 books that we want to cover through this challenge. Chanel picked one and I picked up one. I don't know if she's reaching hers. Yeah. Mine is called, mine's over there, so I'll get it later. But it's called The School of Greatness. It's by Lewis Howes. I actually started it, but I stopped. Like 10 pages in, but I stopped. So that we can all do it together and start together. And our goal is for the Lewis Howes, it's basically 8 chapters. I think it's like 230 pages. I feel like we all read, we all speak English. We should all get through 200 pages in a month. At least 10 pages a day. So hopefully we can cover 2 chapters a month. 2 chapters a week, sorry. I'm distracted. My teapot's bowling. So that is my goal, is with my personal development book, for us to reach 2 chapters a week and just kind of brainstorm what your takeaways are. And the book is about how to visualize your goal and your dream, and to put plan to action. So even though it's going to be like 10 pages, it's going to have like a little work assignment on it. But don't fret, it doesn't take that long. So, so that's with my book. The other thing is that the lovely Chanel has come up with a great plan that she learned about, and it's called the Power Hour, where we all get together for 1 hour a week just to kind of brainstorm. We do, do you want to talk about it? It's your idea.
Yeah, sure. No,
okay, you talk about it.
So I know you guys have heard the term Power Hour before, and in one of my my Diamond Mastermind groups, one of the girls is in the downline of Danielle Natoni. And I know Danielle from way back. I'm like, cats. She's had like 3 different names, I feel like. But so she is in her downline, and they started doing live power hours. And so basically it's the same thing that we should be doing every single day. But the beauty of these live power hours, it gets you in the right mindset of what you're supposed to be doing. So if you've never done a power hour, then that's okay. That's exactly what this live version is going to be. And this is how it's going to work. And so you'll know, and I want you to get excited, because it's awesome. So it literally has your assignment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create an event within our Facebook group page. And in that event, when the time starts, you got to have blocked out, like no distractions, nothing, because literally this is what's going to happen. I'm going to post the first assignment. You have 5 minutes to get that done. When you're done, you click you're done. And when the timer goes off, I post the second assignment. You've got 5 minutes to get that second assignment done. And like literally, we go like clockwork. 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, then 5 minutes, and it gives me a time. But it's going to teach you how to have a productive power hour. So you're going to literally, the first one says, I need you to find 3 to 5 new friends that are not Beachbody coaches and that you don't know. Go. And you got 5 minutes to do it. So what's going to happen is that everybody's probably going to panic a little bit on some of this stuff because they're like, where do I start? Where do I go? But that's what we're here for. And that's why we want to do this live, is because we're going to help teach you where we're finding people. So that way you take away all of this amazing information. And hopefully by the end of this 4 weeks, you're going to knock out your power hours like it's nothing. And I know a lot of you guys, like Amber and I, have kids and you have jobs, and it's crazy busy life. So what's going to happen is you're going to know what you need to get done throughout that day. So then you may only get to the first half of your power hour in the morning, but then you know that you have 3 more things you have to do in your power hour. So then you know you have to do it in the evening. So it's flexible in that if you have to split it up, that's okay. But we just want to provide you guys with some very specific guidance on what you're supposed to be doing. So I don't know if that excites you, but when I first sat down and did that for the first time, I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. And it's stuff that we know and that I've already been doing, but to have like a set, okay, do this second, do this third, do this fourth, it just has really helped clear my mind and give me it's positive because it's very, very doable. And do you guys know who Danielle Natoni is? Like, this is what she does. She is very successful. She's got it down. She shared it, and then I got a hold of the documents. So this works. And it's just exciting to know that we all can do the same thing. Everybody's doing the same thing. There's nothing special or secret about this business. We're all doing the same thing. We just have to do it consistently. So. And let me just share a little bit about my book real fast. So I started this as well, just for some like spiritual stuff for me. And I got just barely through the first chapter. I didn't even get through the first chapter. And I was like, oh my gosh, like we have to do this. It's simple. It's quick. You're going to get through much more of this one probably than you will the other one as far as, because there's not as much involved in it. It's only 150 pages, but it's the same thing. Both of these books, we want everybody to do on your calendar that I shared with you. So by Friday of or Saturday of every week, we want you to be through the first 2 chapters of this book and the other book. The same thing for the second week. So these both are part of our personal development. There's no pick one. We need you to do both, because my team knows that God is in control of my business, hands down. And I shared that with, let's see, Ashley and Evan, like some crazy stuff that just happens all the time. And I'm like, there's no other explanation except for God is 100% in this. And so I don't want to leave that out. And so I'm already doing this. And so I would love you guys to join me in it. So, okay.
What's the name of your book?
Amber, what's next?
Joanna, the book is actually in the group page. Okay. Here's a picture of it. I'll try to tag you after the call. So what's next? So I'm going to just share with you my goals for each one of us. And it's pretty simple and it's kind of basic. So I know we're all going to be starting our challenge group. My ladies know that I typically do 1 challenge group a month, and a free challenge group, like a free eating group, whatever you want to call it, the beginning of the month. But whenever there's a cup challenge, I usually cram 2 challenge groups in 1 month. I do it twice a year. I hate it. Deidre is usually my rock star with me, doing them alongside me. And I thank her for that. So my goal for each of us is to work together, not run the challenge groups together, but help each other out, bounce ideas off each other, share ways on how we're inviting people, share ways on how we are reaching out to people and making contact, how we're promoting our events, just kind of little tidbits of what we're doing and what we're finding success with. My goal is that we all hit Success Club. Every single one of us hit Success Club by the 15th.
Success Club.
I would love Success Club 10. I wasn't going to scare them right off the bat, but my goal was Success Club 10 by the 15th. And I know you're like, oh, holy shit in a bucket. Yes, I curse. It's how I relieve stress. So that's 5 people. That's just 5 people. And this next week that's coming up, one, you need to put in your brain that it is possible that 5 friends, family members, coworkers, your mailman, who I asked if he wanted a Shakeology sample yesterday. He looked at me. It's so funny. I live out in the sticks. So you need to just think of all these people that you make contact with every day, people that you talked to in the past, follow-ups. That's where I get most of my people, is they usually tell me no right off the bat. But then whenever I go back to them in 3 to 4 months, they're like, oh yeah, you're that crazy chick that keeps posting her food pictures and running with her babies uphill. Yes. So we're going to show you tips on what we're doing and how we're leaving breadcrumbs throughout our posts to hit our Success Club points. But my goal is for us to reach out to so many people that we hit Success Club 10 by the 15th. I'm trying to say that correctly. So it's 5 people, 10 Success Club points by the 15th. Whew, okay. And I know whenever y'all talked, I'm going to share we posted a lot of documents in there. I know Chanel uses some things. She wanted me to share with you what mine looks like. I posted it on there. I don't know if y'all can see this. It's on our team page. I put it in the documents. This is what I use every day. It's kind of funny. But this is like my schedule. My power hour is from 5 to 8 in the morning. Because my kids, I have twin toddlers. They wake up they used to wake up at 9. Now they wake up at 8, which means I have to get up at 5. So on the days that I'm not working the ER, I do my power hour from 5 to 8. And if I don't do it then, it's a struggle to do it because sometimes there's no nap. Today was no nap Sunday. It lasted probably 20 minutes. Chanel was there whenever she heard my kids screaming. So I put the people that I'm going to invite on there, people that I'm following up with, and people that I shared the coach opportunity with. And then the ones that I invited, I put to follow up with them days later. And then I also have on here daily goals, my top right there. Those are my frog legs. Those are the things that I know I need to do first thing in the morning. When I sit down, that's what I need to do right off the bat to help propel my business forward. And I put 3 things because if you see, let me show you what they tend to look like. I'll start adding blanks off to the side and give myself like 20 things to do. And then at the end of the day, I feel like I got nothing accomplished because I still have 20 things on my to-do list. So if I just narrow it down to 3 things, and just focus on doing the 3 main points every day, I don't feel like such a loser. I said it. And then if I get time to do something else on my goals, then I'll just knock that off. But at least I know I got 3 things done for the day. Sorry. Let's see. I know y'all said y'all don't know. I think in y'all's little videos, y'all said y'all struggle with inviting and with topics to talk about. So I'm just going to give a little blip. It's not going to be long. I don't want to bore y'all to death. But I remember listening to Mindy Lawthorne talk. I want to say it was at Platinum Presenters. And she was talking about what we should post every day, how many times we should post, what it should be about. And she said, obviously, I know y'all probably all heard it, to post 3 to 5 times a day on social media, and basically to think about 3 to 5 things that you enjoy. Something that you know about, something that you're interested in, like Katie down below. I don't know where she is on your screen, but she's like the last person on mine. She is interested in veterinary world. She is an outdoorsy person who likes to go camping and hiking, and that's what she posts on her page. It's all about animals, her family, and hiking and camping. And then you have Deidre, who, if you follow Deidre, you look at her page, she loves working out, she loves her family, she loves Jesus Christ, and she loves the saints. So, and that's why her and Joanna are friends. And if you look at my page, I post about my family, being a twin mama. I like to do trail runs, and I love to post food. I love clean eating, paleo style, and I like to give daily truth bombs. So those are things that I post about. So when you are struggling about what to post, you just think about 3 things, not even 5, 3 things that you enjoy.
Amber,
and
Amber, can you stop like right where you're at and have everybody write down those 3 things right now?
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. But I just don't want you to post. I'm into fitness, and I like to help other people, and I love Beachbody coaching. Don't put those things. Say like specifically, you love fitness. What type of fitness? I love fitness, but I'm not hardcore insanity max. Like, I do it. It's not my jam. Okay. I like to do trail running. So be specific on what you like to do.
Okay, guys, so I want everybody to have your pen and paper, and you need to write down at least 3, and you can even do 5 if you want, but it needs to be very specific for you and your life. So if you're a nurse, and I've got several of them on there, that has to be on your list. I fought it forever because I'm trying to leave that world, but it is who I am. And when I really started posting more about that, I'm attracting more people because that's who I am. And so you've got to post that stuff. And that can be everything, like your snack while you're at work, how you prepared for your work. And that's the same thing for everybody. If you're a working mom, like that is part of who you are, a working mom. And so you're going to attract people. Of course, if you're a Jesus girl, if you have kids, if you have fur babies, if you love fashion, if you anything that is just very specific that you're going to be able to easily post about, because that's part of your core, part of who you are.
Yeah. If you love, one of the girls was saying at Platinum Edge that she loved Disney, and that's what she posts all the time. She's a big Disney fanatic. Oh, look, she put it on there.
Awesome.
Girl. So whatever. I got mine. I just said mine. Does anybody else want to say what theirs are?
Pizza, coffee, and makeup.
I love it. I love it.
And coffee.
Oh, I mean, in fitness and health and wellness, yeah.
Healthy
And
pizza.
I think that it helps too whenever we're real. Like when we show people that we're real people, it's huge, because sometimes people are like, I can't do that. I can't do what you do. And it's like, what? Like, why can't you, like, but I think it's just because sometimes people don't, maybe, and for myself, I'm not always good about like putting out the real life stuff. I try, but I think that's a huge thing, like to put out there too.
Yeah. I get most of my interaction whenever I post my meals that I'm eating on the ER versus what I cook for my family. And the pictures that I like make for meals with my family, it's on pretty plates that I got from Santa Claus. You know, it's like good lighting. It's like really good food. The ER food, it's out of like a Wonder Woman lunchbox eating on styrofoam. And like I get more traction and more people because that's more real. I mean, if you see what my plate looks like after I take that picture, that's not real, you know? I mean, that's what I eat, but anyway. So those are the things that you should be posting about. And Chanel, you can always interrupt me.
Okay.
The other thing that I was going to just kind of snip on was on how to invite. And I'm sure most of y'all heard my inviting speech before. At least my team has heard it multiple times. Inviting. What?
Let me intersect just for 1 second before you go into inviting, because I wanted to explain a little bit about the calendar and how what you just wrote down is going to like weave into the little calendar. because I think some people I did not get this like for the longest time until I really started implementing a schedule, and that's what's on our page is a schedule of events. And what really happens is once you start that schedule, then it really guides your post throughout the week. So for instance, we're having this call so that we can tell you what we do as prepping for the next month. So even though we have, like usually my team and me, I would have another 30 days starting tomorrow. Because we usually do 2 30-day groups. And so tomorrow I would be not only starting a 30-day, but I'm already advertising for my clean eating group, or for you guys on Amber's team, your Jumpstart. And basically we do the exact same thing. You guys just call it prep week, and we do a clean eating group. It's the same thing because those same people are transitioning into a 30-day group, which we all start on the second week. But basically this week, all of your posts need to be geared towards getting people interested in your recipes in your clean eating group, why clean eating has changed your life, like what you eat as a nurse on the job that goes along with the clean eating meal plan. Like that's how you're going to intertwine the purpose of the post with you being unique. Does that make sense to you guys? Like that's what all you have to focus on. You don't have to focus on inviting or posting about coaching. You don't have to focus on anything basically except for making people interested in your post about the upcoming group. So when it comes to week 2 of the official group, then that's when you're going to start posting about coaching. And then you don't have to worry about the food stuff. Like everything basically goes in just a little rotation. The first 2 weeks are about your clean eating, your challenge groups, and that's what's intertwined and why it's changed your life and how you run the groups and why everybody should do it and yada yada. And then those last 2 weeks, it's all about coaching, why it's changed your life, how you become a coach, why you coach, how it's helped you financially, this and that. Like that's all that you intertwine into your post. So you don't have to think, guys, like literally you don't have to think. If you're sitting here thinking, okay, this is what I'm having for lunch today, my day is so boring, like what the heck am I supposed to post about? Post about why you chose to take that food or how you prepared that food to be able to take with you to work. Like make it just specific for you, but about what next group is coming up. I hope that's not confusing, but it's changed my world, like literally changed my world. When I started thinking of it that way, you don't have to think so hard about what you have to post because you are trying to get people to engage and see what you're posting about, and we know what we're posting about. We're posting about the next group that's coming up, and it doesn't seem so salesy and icky because we're just sharing what we're doing. It's just focused. It's very specific. Is that clear as mud, or is that clear? Give me some love. Like you are like
yeah. Perfect. So other things, I do it a little bit different because I kind of follow like you know how I do it. I do like 4 posts of something, and then I give value one way, and then I invite to a group. It's what I try to do. So she's absolutely right. You should be posting like what you have for dinner. Don't just take a picture of you and your Shakeology bottle. Please don't. Unless you're like out the door running and you're saying like, oh, I'm glad I have my superfoods with me, and tell you why you like it. That's fine. But just don't be like one of those, I love my Shaco. Don't be that creepy person. The other thing is I try to put you in the post. It doesn't have to be long and lengthy, but it should always be your words, how it's happening in your life. And you should always have some kind of what they call a CTA, call to action, at the bottom of it. And it doesn't have to be to an event. It doesn't have to be something like, oh my God, today I'm a hot mess mama. The kids were no naps and we had to do all these errands. I'm so thankful that my ladies keep me on track. I grabbed a snack from my ER stash because everybody knows I have one. It's like almonds and beef jerky or whatever. And just post that because that's like real life. And then say, hey, what's in your ER stash? You know, what do you get hangry like me? Like what's in your ER stash in your car? And just something that's relatable and has people interacting on your page. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I was just going to share little tips on how to invite people. Okay. Chanel?
What? Go for it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So the 3 ways that we typically invite my ladies know is to do a personal message, to oh crap, I forgot. Let me get my notes. A personal message, invite on your group, and then like to an event, and then post in your like on your personal page. Does that make sense? So send out a personal invite, post on your personal page, and then make a group event where you can put material and add value to their day so that they can see what they're going to be getting, but not too much. You got to give them like taste. What is it? Taste of the milk, but not the whole cow. Something like that. I'm saying it wrong. Whatever. You understood. Leslie, what is it?
What's that?
What's the saying about you can't have the milk for free, cow for free? Something. Whatever. I don't know what it is. But
Why buy the milk for free or something like that?
thank you. My husband's over there laughing at me. You can't milk the cow for free? No. Totally milk the cow for free.
The milk for free. Why would you buy it?
Oh, if you get the milk for free, why would you buy the cow?
Yes.
What? Anyway, you all understand what I'm trying to say. So you make an event page, and then every so often I'll post something in there. I'll invite 50 people a day in my big group event, and then I will just add some value to it once every other day or so. Just some little snippet, and I usually give a shout out in there to show that the people in the jump starts or your health challenge groups, whatever you want to call them, are having success and what kind of success they're having. So I always think that's a good thing to do. This next week, though, is not about, I don't want you to mainly focus on blanket inviting people like cold turkey. I want you to invite people that you have been in contact with in the past and all your follow-ups. And this week right now, while we're going into it, it's all about building relationships and meeting people and adding people to your contact list. And so some ways to add people to your contact list, one of them that I think is really good, and it was really funny because I was talking to Chanel, I think it was today, I personally joined Facebook groups of the 5 things I'm interested in. So a paleo lifestyle, gluten-free, dairy-free toddlers, trail running, ER vet medicine, all that stuff, twin mamas. I'm in those groups. And then what happened was I go and I contact people, I comment on their pictures, you add people from those groups on your list. And what happened today was I added a girl as a friend, and because her profile was private, so I couldn't see anything. And then all of a sudden, while I was scrolling down, I noticed that she was a Beachbody coach, which is fine, like great. And then it was funny because she started interacting with me, and she had like the best like conversation with me. Like I just wanted to keep talking to her. Like I knew she was a Beachbody coach. She didn't realize I was. But the way she held her conversations, I was like, we need to cut and paste this because this girl is golden. I should have told her that, but I just didn't want our conversations to end. And I was like, if she finds out I'm a Beachbody coach, she's going to totally hang up on me. I'm trying to figure out where she is. Oh my God.
Yeah, so definitely, can you copy and paste that into our group?
Yes, I'm trying to find it right now. I'm trying to find her name. I don't want y'all to like stalk her, but she was just, it was in a running group. And then she asked me, she thanked me for adding her as a friend, and she was looking forward to what races I had planned this year. And she asked me what races I had planned. And then I told her, and I asked her about hers. And then it was like, oh, do you do anything else besides running? Like, what kind of other fitness do you like? Like, how else do you train besides just running? And then I told her, and she's like, oh, that's awesome. How much, like, then, like, she just twisted it into, like, how does my family support my running? Or, like, do I have any kids? Do they go running with me? And I was like, well, I have twin toddlers. And it was just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, she just had me talking about myself. Like, and I didn't want it to stop. So she had just, like, really good, engaging questions. So I'll try to, I'm going to delete what I said because it's kind of embarrassing. But I'll post, like her answers and her questions, because, like, the way she just kept engaging. And then she was like, oh, well, I have to run. She had a race today in Miami. She's like, so maybe we can chat tomorrow and I can fill you in on how I did. And she did. She's like, I was 3 seconds below my personal best. And I was like, oh. So she still followed up with me even though she had to go. So I just thought that was amazing. So a way to meet people, and not other Beachbody coaches, but is to figure out those 3 to 5 things that you're interested in. The New Orleans Saints, hiking with your family, the Green Bay Packers, whatever it is that you're interested in, you find groups and make connections. Because this week, that's what we need to do, is we need to add as many people to our contact list as possible. And the goal should be at least 5 a day. So next Sunday, you should have 40 new friends.
Yes, and let me intersect on that too. I'm telling you, so when Amber, we first started talking, she would say that she would go ahead and write down the 5 people that she was going to interact with the following day. And I was like, what? Like, I literally, like, I'm on my hands and knees in the morning. Lord, please give me 5 people to talk to. Like, I mean, because sometimes I just don't have, like, but I was not cluing in on, like, what the heck she was doing. But clearly, you're adding 3 to 5 new friends a day, and they slowly start accepting your friend request, and you have abundance of new people. And since I've been doing that, I literally, this past week, on Monday, I had like 20 new people to write out for my entire week. I wasn't bombarded with who I was going to reach out to. I had 5 for every single day. I didn't even have to think. It was there. I knew who I was going to message the next day, and it was glorious. So that's the difference in what consistency will bring. If you will just seek out, and let me just give you a little tip on how I'm doing this too. So what you're going to do is you're going to find friends of friends. So people that you're like, yeah, those are my kind of people. Go into their little friend file over here and find some other people that are your kind of people. Like for me, I'm looking for well-kept moms of small kids. Like, and unfortunately, the profile picture tells people if they're well-kept or not well-kept. Like, I'm just looking at, like, just that general, okay, yeah, they kind of look like one of us. Yeah, you know, and I'll send a little request. But anyways, and so beyond that, what I will do is that once they have accepted my friend request, and I've been having so much conversation, it's crazy, because I'm doing what Amber was saying, is I am going back to their profile page, I'm looking at their page, and then when I send them a message, that's the very first thing I say is like, thank you so much for the friend ad. I'm always looking to, you know, make new friends, and then I will make a personal comment on, it looks like you love running, like, and then I just like make a connection there. And I've been going back and forth with some of these people for 2 days, and I have yet to invite them to anything. Why? Because I don't want them to, I care. Like, I want to know what's going on in their life, and I want to be able to connect with them. And I just haven't found the time to say, like, whatever it may be, like, this is what I do. But the way I do make that transition, just so you know, it's generally about work or about a job, or like, well, what do you do when you're not running? However you want to ask that. But usually I will lead with the question of what they do for a living, or if they whatever, and then they will ask me. And then that's my opportunity to share, well, this is what I do. And so keep that in the back of your mind. Try not to do that in the first 2 or 3 conversations you have with this person, because remember, your goal is to help somebody. They cannot be a number. They have to be a person. If you are caring about them as a person, they will become your number, but you can't lead with the number. It's very, very important. But anyway, so if you guys will keep that in mind, add 3 to 5 new people a day, then once they start accepting your friend requests, those are the people that you can automatically go ahead and put on your little paper to contact throughout the week. And so you don't have to search for people to reach out to. It was golden for me. It changed everything. So
I'm glad it helped.
yes.
I've got a question.
Don't forget to do that with new likes on your page as well.
Yes.
Who has a question?
Katie.
I do.
Okay.
When somebody asks you what you do, Chanel, how do you respond to that? Because I know that you're a nurse and a coach. So how do you respond that you're a coach and a nurse on the side, or like what wording do you use?
Yes, so for me, because it's part of my story, I do say that I work part-time as a nurse practitioner, and I have been able to come home to work full-time as a health and wellness coach. Basically, I promote myself as a wellness coach because I incorporate my faith, fitness, and health all into it. So I just say wellness. But that's something that you guys also, that's a very good question you're asking, because you have to own what you do. Because you're going to be confused yourself, and then you're going to confuse other people. And once I decided, okay, I am a wellness coach, then it's helped me share exactly what you're asking. Like, I had to get in my head, okay, I'm not home full time yet, but I will always be a nurse, so I'm absolutely going to share that. But the fact that I left my corporate job to do this is like a huge part of my story in telling people that it's possible, but that I'm still who I am, but this is providing me more freedom with my family financially and just freedom with time. So I tell them both. I say, because most of the people, I wouldn't say most, but some of the people, a lot of them are in healthcare, and I do seek out healthcare people. So because I have that connection with them up front. So I don't know if that was helpful, but I do tell them up front that I'm a nurse practitioner, and then I'm also a wellness coach so that I can have more freedom at home.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else have any questions? Because we are moving quick and giving you a bunch of stuff. Are y'all overwhelmed? This is what we already do, guys. So I know you're overwhelmed. I know a lot of my girls are, but this is what we're already doing. We're just stepping it up a little bit. We're just stepping it up a hair. And these are just ideas. So don't get too overwhelmed, because I believe in every one of you guys.
Yeah, this is the fun part. We're meeting new friends, seeing new faces, getting new ideas, and we're all going to help each other propel and help other people live a healthier life. So any things that worry you or scare you or anything like that? No one wants to talk?
Amber, I hear Amber's mouth. I see her mouth moving, but I don't hear her.
She's on mute. Okay. Do you want to type it in the chat? Would that be easier?
Fine.
I think I heard you. Talk again.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Is this thing working?
Yes.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. How do you go about continuing the conversations without sounding completely awkward? Because that seems to be my thing, is I just don't know how to go about it, and then I'm just like, oh gosh, okay, yeah, screw this. I don't know how to how to keep the conversation going and not sound totally weird.
And are you referring to the transition between, like, you've talked about their family and talked about what they do and all that, and then you're wondering how you say, do you want to join me?
Yeah, the transition.
Well, for myself and Amber, definitely, I want to hear yours and everybody and anybody else's who seems to be working. But a lot of times when it's just not happening, what I will say is, well, I'm not going to keep you. I really appreciate you taking the time just to chat. Like I said, I really enjoy getting to know people. But I have had an experience that has changed my life, and I cannot help but share it. If you know anybody that would be interested, I would really appreciate it. But I offer wellness groups every month that help busy moms. Like, I cater what I do to them, like what they've said to me. So I would say, like, I host wellness groups every month that really help moms get a jump start on their health, help them incorporate the spiritual side, the physical side, and the faith, food, and fitness. Basically, I say I help you jumpstart your life to incorporate all of those in a private group. And I help you meet your goals. So I just do a little quick blurb of basically what I do, but I'm telling it to them in that it's changed my life, and I have to tell everybody that I come in contact with. So it's not like, and I'm not saying, will you join? I usually say, I have no idea if you would be interested, or anybody that would be interested, but this is what I do, and I would love to share more with you. That's what I usually say. What about you, Amber?
When it gets to that awkward period where I think I've exhausted all my questions, which takes a lot because I can talk a long time, then I would usually say something, especially if I don't know the person. If I know the person, I kind of end it different, but if it's like a new friend that I add to the list, I kind of just ended it saying, it was so great, getting to know you a little bit better. I'm so glad that, we had this chance to meet up, and I look forward to reading your posts. And I basically leave it like that. And if you need help or anything, or if you like anything that you see on my page, whatever, blah, 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 feel free to reach out. Know that I'm here, and I kind of just end it, and I put them on my list to follow up in a couple of days. So I always go back to make sure that I like and I comment on their page, to keep them seeing, like, Amber liked this, Amber commented here, and then on like day 3 or day 5, then I'll ask them, and I have a script that I share with my ladies, and it's kind of the same thing that Chanel was saying, except I don't say it at the end of the conversation. I give it like them a couple of days to simmer on my awesomeness. That was totally a joke. So I give them like a couple of days, and then I ask them, I'm like, hey, I don't know, like, I know that we talked about it, but in the past, blah, blah, blah. But I just wanted to shoot it this way to you, just in case you were interested, or if you knew a couple of ladies. I say it kind of just the same way that she does. But I fell into love with health and wellness. So you've probably seen my health rants on my Facebook page. I do a wellness group, jumpstart group, whatever. On this day, if you know anybody that's interested, great. If not, no worries. And then I let it go. And then usually they're like, hey, I would be interested. And then we strike up another conversation. But when it gets to that awkward point, I usually just kind of thank them for adding me as a friend, kind of do like a recap, let it go for a couple of days, but still interact on their page. And then I ask them on day 3 to 5.
I think that is a really good point, because I will say, Amber, you get a lot. You and your Success Club points are crazy most months. And I wonder if giving them those few days lets down the nervousness or whatever. I don't even know why. That's something I would love to ask everybody. Why are you scared to ask them? say the conversation's dead, what is keeping you from still asking, even if it's awkward? Like, why don't we just ask? But I think that giving them a few days is really great, because then you can go back and say, oh my gosh, I don't think I even told you, but this is what I do. I love it, and I wouldn't want to leave you out. Like, why can't we go about it that way? I think that would like ease everybody's mind, because then you don't feel weird. You're just saying, oh, I didn't tell you. I can't believe I didn't tell you, but do you want to join me? Like, so that's a really, really great one. I love it. And I don't think I really realized that that's what you were doing, Amber. So Amber Singer, does that help you at all? Because I know this is something you've been struggling with.
Yeah, I'm writing it down.
Okay.
I'm writing stuff down.
Hey, Chanel and Amber Langley, can you guys put like some of the things y'all just said and kind of like type it out and put it in our groups just so we can have a template? Especially for people like me, I used to be used to having the conversations, and I haven't ran my business for 4 months. So I'm like, I don't even remember how to have my conversations anymore.
Yes.
So
it's so easy. I will say that, like with Amber and I, like we're just spilling it off of our tongue because we've been having it. And you're exactly right. You guys will be the same way. I promise you. If you'll just do it over and over, it will just like become second nature. So absolutely, yes, we can do that, Crystal. Thank you for reminding us.
And I know someone said that you're scared to ask them because of rejection, the fear of them saying no. I was blessed without that fear. Because I think it's because since I walked out of my mom's womb, I was selling something, Girl Scout cookies, Tom Watts, if you know what that is, wrapping paper, band candy, like whatever it was, I was selling it. And so to me, if someone says no, they're not saying no to me. They're just saying no, not right now. And that's what I think people need to realize, is that if they're saying no to you, it's not personal, it's business. I feel like a mobster when I just said that, but it's not you. It's just not the right time for them. It could be that they're going through a divorce, that they or in between jobs, that they are graduating, that their kids are graduating, that their mom's in the hospital. It's not you. It's just not the right time. But knowing that you at least planted that seed and let them know that, hey, this is what I do. I'm interested in helping you. I'm here for you whenever you're ready. They'll come back to you. So I asked someone, and I think I started asking this poor girl like in November of last year if she wanted to join with me. She said no in November. She said no in December, in January, in February, in March, April, and May. And then she signed up with me in May, and she lost like 40 pounds, and she's doing amazing. And she's a discount coach. That's what she wants to do. That's great. But she wasn't ready in November. And I told her that I was just going to continue to ask her until she told me, get out of my freaking face. And she was like, I'm okay. So every month I have a list of people that said, no, not right now. And I go back and I ask them. I'm like, hey, I just want to let you know I'm starting another group up. I know you told me it wasn't the right time. You were building your house. I just want to see how things are going with that. And if you're interested, because if you're interested, I'll hold you a spot. And so they realize that I truly care, that they're not just a number, that I really want to help them, and that you're consistent with asking them to help. So it's not, no, I hate you, it's no, it doesn't work now. So once you get that mindset, it's going to change your life. I think it should, because I don't have that problem, but I have a problem asking people to join the business, which Chanel realizes.
Which we'll talk about that one like in a few weeks, in like a week or so. Once on one of our calls, we'll talk about how are we going to get coaches? What are we going to do with that? So we'll talk about that one later. But yes, I mean, I think that my ladies know, like I've told you guys before, if at the point at which I left my job, I have to make this work. Like, I know that this is going to work, but I don't know that it's going to work by like chance. It's going to work because I know I have to do certain things, and those things are inviting, and I can't let the fear of what other people think of me, what other people respond to me, I can't let that dictate my success in the business. Because basically when we say I'm scared of what they're going to say, we're letting them have control over our success in the business. Did you guys hear me? Like, I have to tell myself that, like, when I don't invite, I'm letting those fears and those excuses be control. That's leading my business. Those fears and excuses are leading my business. I'm not taking control of my business. And so it's hard, and I know it's hard, and I have the same struggles that you guys oftentimes do. But one thing I have decided is that I don't really care if someone unfriends me on Facebook because they don't like seeing my posts. I don't really care if someone thinks I'm annoying. I don't really care like, because I know what I'm doing is helpful, is valuable. It's what God called me to do. And what I've learned through my like just mentorship programs and different things is that it's better to have a smaller tribe that is you and cares about you and that you can help than it is to have thousands of people following you and no engagement or no true value going on. So I would rather have just a core group of people that I'm serving and I'm helping than please all these crazy people who are usually just feeling bad about themselves. Like, and so I don't need that negativity anyway. So anyways, I think that it takes time to have that mindset, but you can't worry about that fear of what people are going to say. And if you think long and hard about it, most of these people that we're fearful of, we will never see face to face. Like, how many of these people will you ever even see? Most of them you don't. Most of them you're not going to even see. And if you do, it may be at work in Crossing, or it may be at a kids event in Crossing, but it's not like you're living under the same roof, or you're seeing these people every single day that you have to like, oh God, they think I'm a salesperson. They think that I'm like this crazy person. Like, we are crazy, but who wouldn't want to be involved in this? Like, this is good crazy, right? But anyway.
I always tell my girls, the few girls I have left, Yvonne, what does no equal? No equals next. No means next. When someone says no, next on your list. And that last person that said no, you're going to talk to them in 6 to 8 weeks anyways, and keep doing that till they say yes. But no means next. And don't worry about it. Don't think about it. Just move on.
Yep. Yep.
I like that. I like no is next. The other thing, hold on.
I actually stole that from Mindy Lawhorn, just to say.
Oh God, what was I going to say? The other thing is, whenever they say no, I usually try to ask why, and not in a creepy way, and not in a like, how dare you say no? Just like, okay, well, is now just not the right time? Or you just not feeling it? Just basically asking them why. And then if they tell me like it's not the right time, I will always say, do you mind if I just remember you next time when I start? And they always say yes. And that's how you keep me asking them for like 9 months until they say yes. Hold on one sec.
One thing I did want to ask of you guys, did any of you listen to the call from Chelsea Pearson that I posted in the group right after we opened it? I think it was on Friday. Did anybody listen to that call? I think there was like Ashley, there was a comment or so on it. But that call from Chelsea was so simple and amazing. Like, basically what she encouraged us to do is, if you see someone on Facebook that just got their hair done and they're showing everybody, guess what you do that's going to be different than everybody else? You're going to private message that beautiful lady, and you're going to say, your hair looks awesome. You're so pretty. And thank you for posting that. I just wanted you to know that you looked gorgeous. That's it. there's one of your people that you started interacting with. They go down on the list, and then a day or so later, you can just start up another conversation. Or who knows, after that comment, when she says thank you, that really means a lot, then you can just go on from there. Like, what have you been up to? I'm so glad I saw that feed. Let's catch up. Like, she's just encouraging normal, engaging conversation. So if you have not listened to that call, please do that, because she talked about BuzzFeed, like going on BuzzFeed, and the first video on there, like, think of the two people that it reminded you of, and send it to them in private message and say, I know this is random and I know this is crazy, but like, this made me think of you. And that's it. Like, just those are conversation starters. So if you're like dead in the, I don't know what I'm supposed to do or who I'm supposed to say anything to, watch that video and write down some of those ideas of how you just start simple conversation, because basically that's what this business is about, right? Like, we're not looking at a person in the face saying, I think I can fix them. Let me go see if I can fix them. Like, that's not what we're doing. And so we need to know how to like have just engaging, normal conversation, being kind and sharing light and being encouraging to people. And from there, not only when you've private messaged them, are they now going to start seeing your posts? So do you guys realize that the people that you engage with are the people that primarily see your posts on social media. So if there's someone that you think would be a great coach and you've private messaged them about how amazing they look and their Transformation Tuesday, and they've been doing so well, well, now they're going to see your posts, your call to action on what is coaching the next 2 days. Like, that's how the rhythm goes with Facebook. And so that's why we have to keep engaging, is because that's how Facebook, those are the people that Facebook allows to see your posts. So, and I know that's a whole other topic in itself, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys watch that video, because it was just so simple, but so great. Just some really cool reminders. So I think we should wrap it up. One thing I did want to make sure everybody did after you get off this call, please, please, please do this by tomorrow morning, first thing. I want you to pick either Amber's or my template of what your daily task list is going to look like. If you already have one, perfect. It doesn't matter, but everyone has to be working off of a task list. I want you to pick which one you want to use, and you need to post it to the group, because we need to know that you're working off of something. And then every single Saturday or every single Sunday, we need you to show us your progress. Like, we need to know that you have names filled out in everything section, that you're getting all your stuff done. Not for us at all, but I'm here to tell you that I struggle with this too. It's the consistency thing. And if I know I have to show you that I have names on a list, I'm more likely to do it. So does that sound okay with everybody? Like, our first level of accountability is posting what your game plan for the week is going to be. Give me that sheet, post it to the group right after we're done. And then we need a weekly update on your sheet. Everybody good on that? Okay. Any other questions? Okay. And everybody's tired. I am too. Like, this like gives me energy. So now I'm like, okay, I need to get to work for like another hour, get some stuff done. I was so tired before I got on this call, and like, anytime we do group stuff, it just like gets me fired up. So anyways, okay, well, we'll go. And then the link to this group is in our page. So just so you know, we're going to use the same link for every single call. So I'm not going to create a new link. We just need to go to use the same link every week. Okay, that way we're not confused. I put it in the group. So we're just going to use the same one, 8:30. According to the poll, 8:30 on Sunday nights is by far the winner of the group calls. So if you can't get on, I'm recording this one right now, and my plan is to post it. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be on. So please make every effort at least to get on at some point in the call, even if it's not right on time. But this is just for your success. That's the only reason we're asking you to be on here, is so that you're successful. It has nothing to do with me or Amber. Okay, well, we're done then. Okay, guys?
I hope this was helpful.
Okay, it was so good to see everybody. And we'll see y'all tomorrow. I better see those posts after we're done.
All right, bye.
Okay, bye.
Uh,